The Great Delivery War of China by JGAO. We'll look at this. We'll look at this. Let's see. Let's just jump in.
Now, just 6 months ago, possibly the funniest situation I've ever seen in my life began to take shape on my For You page. It gets a little deeper than that, you'll see, where a video of what I can only describe to be the closest thing we have to a modern day Eastern Game of Thrones began to take shape. Now, what you may not realize—
Eastern Game of Thrones is just delivery. Eastern Game of Thrones and this is just delivery. I've seen this either, but it sounds so fun. That's crazy. He's handsome. Didn't you just say earlier when you sent me a video? Oh my god, Gooners. Silence.
Is that on the surface level, this may look like a simple turf war, but on a deeper level, this is at least Wikipedia level lore 10 years from
Why they're fighting each other over deliveries
now. So today, let's talk about none other than the currently happening Great Delivery War instigated by the tech giant JD. Now, when I saw that clip,
they're talking to them like military. Straight up like military. That's crazy.
Thought to myself, you know, after living through Elon Musk casually dropping $52 billion on a social media app, never in a million years did I think I would witness an economic—
I mean, hey, listen to this, my man. Grok, Elon Musk AI. Man from the future, man from the past. Elon Musk AI Grok called itself Mecha Hitler. You can't. He has beaten everything at this point.
Version of the worrying state, with 3 tech giants locked in fierce competition for survival of the fittest in the jungle. How fiercely, you ask? How badly do they want to win? Well, they're selling shit for free, so what can I say? Anyways, here's a 60-second brief rundown on the key players we have at hand, right? Alright, starting with the obvious one, Alibaba, emerged in early 2000s, no introduction needed. Basically, Amazon now owns half of China's online retail, sees an opportunity in food delivery and local services, recognize the brand needs its own champion.
Somehow I've heard of Alibaba. Man, listen to this guy, he has an above average IQ German brain. I hate this. I hate this. She's rage baiting me. I hate this.
In the field, acquires the online food delivery platform Llama, aka Are You Hungry? The blue uniform people, captures about 1/3 of the food delivery market, ranks 2nd in the industry. Then we have Meituan, started in 2010 as a group buying deal site like Groupon. They were pretty small, but so was 100 other different tech companies they were competing with at the time. Obviously, nobody knows what they're doing back then, successfully survives the fight against all 100 companies, emerges in victory, dubbed by netizens as the 1,000 Groupon War. Goes into food delivery.
There's like 3 different fractions. This is like some pick your faction like Total War or Age of Empires type of shit, but it's delivery. Age of Food Delivery. A yellow.
Captures 2/3 of the market, refuses to elaborate, wears yellow uniforms. Now, JD emerged some—
They had cute hats though right now with the bunny ears or whatever that was.
Time in 2010 as well, selling electronics both online and in-store, somehow develops a nationwide logistic network despite almost going bankrupt from COVID 1.0, known for reliable shipping, hates Alibaba, and wears red uniforms. Now, 3 tech titans all sprinting towards the same finish line in the same market. Now we know the players at hand, let me walk you through the generational battle that is unfolding at this moment. Now, historically, Alibaba's Are You Hungry? And Meituan has always been in direct conflict with each other, and the reason's pretty simple, they were both competing for the same market, while JD focused on selling goods from warehouses, steering relatively clear from groceries and food delivery. Oh, why is that, you ask? Well, remember how I said Meituan had around 2/3 of the market share? Not only does that effectively mean Meituan is basically the default option, majority-wise.
Well, that makes sense then. If it has 2/3 of the market share, then the other one has... Well, why are the other two then involved?
For food delivery in China, which means they set the prices, they make the deals, they wear the pants, curbed by the server admin once, but can—
Wait, is the other one possibly selling the ingredients or whatever to the other two? To the blue and the yellow people? Oh, there were red people, so that can't be.
continues anyways. Point is, imagine if anything above this line means you make money in the industry and everything below this line means you lose money. Now, since Meituan has majority in market share, Meituan gets to kind of draw the line. If they decide delivery fees sit here, then anyone who wants to compete has to at least match me or go even lower just to take the dub. But joke's on you, because going lower means burning cash. So JD sees the situation, well, that I ain't trying to play. And it's not like other companies haven't tried getting into food delivery. Douyin, China's TikTok, pretty impressive company, right? Tried to muscle its way in 2022, and their pitch was relatively simple. Why watch a food video where you can literally order the food? So they started offering food delivery options, realized they don't have the logistics or the reputation. For example,
I've influenced deliver worker mistaken for I think you mean delivery worker, can't be sex worker. That is a very compromising position. And then here she is. Delivering food. That is crazy. Or is it the other way around? This girl was confused for this girl. I think it might be this. I think it might be the other way around. This girl was mistaken for this lady here, the actress.
Example, cases where buyers order food, nobody bothers to make them because nobody comes to collect began happening everywhere. In the end, couldn't even beat the blue people, takes the L, leaves the market, decides to do a partnership instead. So anyways, the two giants within the game continues to fight in the meantime, both securing a pretty impressive audience base, and everything seems like it was well and good. Until one day...
Wait, we have some more information, some data here. Wait a minute. So Meituan has 770 million users, 8 million plus riders, 60 million plus orders, 70% of market share. Are you hungry? Has 4 million users. Riders are not disclosed. 20 million orders daily. Market share 30%. And when do the red people come into play?
Audience base, and everything seems like it was well and good. Until one day, everything changed. Jingdong's here, baby! What do they bring to the table? Low fees for vendors, insurance for riders, proper employment contracts, fair work policies. You know, it kind of reminds me of back in high school where we used to run polls for school captain, and then motherfuckers would be on that stage saying anything to get elected. Oh, we'll have 2 lunch breaks and discount coupons.
I'm Team Red. They have better working conditions, it appears. Red is the way to go.
For canteens. So Meituan hears about this and makes the first counter offense, hosts an official response the same day, cancelling penalties for late delivery for riders. Oh, bit of an aggressive defense there, pal. Anyways, the point of that move is stabilize morale first, so nobody fucking jumps ship. Then a week later, they fire back properly at JD with an announcement of their own, promising that all full-time and even part-time riders would now be covered under social insurance policies. Now, what's even funnier is that the way they decide to respond to this was, oh, these policies, they were in development since July 2022 under Human Resource Department projects. Better late than never. Great defense. Both parties release their respective moves and the battle goes on for a couple months. So JD gets an estimate of a couple million orders a day.
So 65 to 70% of shares, 25 to 30% of shares, and 3 to 5% of shares. I don't know how that won. Okay, won. They have won 3 to 5% already. Okay, not bad. We are to a good start still.
Numbers aren't officially released, but things are going as it is. Nothing crazy. Then, early April, JD launches another campaign effectively releasing a massive stimulus granting major discounts across the nation. Millions of netizens and influencers across multiple platforms begin to post the crazy discounts they were receiving from JD, while simultaneously dubbing the situation as a modern-day battle of the three kingdoms. Meituan responds the 12th with an equally sizable stimulus. But this is where it gets interesting. Now, this is a public announcement made by a Meituan executive publicly denouncing JD. Now, the letter begins with, let me just say a few words. We're not the first to do this, and we're not going to be the last. Alibaba, DD, TikTok, all do it, and DD's doing it overseas. Now, to put that more bluntly,
people, when I knock people out, they don't move. They're not. Who the?
They are fighting. Hey, I am Team Red. I'm Team Yellow till Red takes over. That is. You have no loyalty. You have no loyalty. I know what you aren't loyal. You are never loyal. Average woman.
Who is that guy? Who the is that?
The sentence closes, compete with us and you'll be left in the trash heap of history. JD, of course, decides to fire back on the 21st of April with a letter addressed right here. We also publicly advise a certain platform. You go over a decade without paying social insurance and housing fund for any of your delivery drivers, you use powerful algorithms to exploit them to the utmost, you turn a blind eye to the safety issues of delivery drivers whose accident rates is over 3 times of that what it should be. You have forgotten a saying of our ancestors, water can carry a boat, but it can also capsize it. I hope you take care of yourself, turn back soon. Damn, is it that soon? Now, as the war continues to rage on, here on the blue side,
It can't be that serious. It can't be that serious. It is that serious. I alone am the delivery one.
of the battlefield, Are You Hungry recognizes that this is not a battle they can win alone. So, sometime late June,
They're setting up the Blue is trying to set up attractive women. They know how to fight. They know how to fight.
reinforcement arrives as Alibaba joins the fray. Because what's the #1 backup plan for when it goes south in your business ventures? You gotta bring in your rich dad. So I guess with $50 billion freshly arriving into the accounts receivables of the Are You Hungry team, another batch of stimulus and discounts were also released into the public, draining the markets even drier and profits even thinner. So they settle for a couple days, and then comes mid-July. The war escalates even further as Meituan releases a fresh new discount week. What's the reason to discount? Any special occasions, my king? Yeah, it's Saturday. Reason to celebrate. Discounts. Alibaba swift.
They are actually like trying to beat each other. They are gooner baiting for real. Shut up, Poke. This is serious. It's about food.
Counters by bringing in Taobao. Taobao releases Super Saturday. 188 yuan, everybody gets a discount. Claim now, lasts as long as we need it. But the king isn't brought down this easily. Meituan, the emperor class player, makes a move in order to fend off the assault, bids back against the offensive by literally releasing shit for free. God damn, what a play. That's right.
When the fight is so serious, you can't be making business anymore. You gotta release shit for free, otherwise you're cooked.
Good discount. Of course, this particular maneuver caused such a ruckus that Beijing steps in, blowing the whistle in order to prevent further wastage on 0 yuan orders.
That's crazy. When the government themselves jump in. Crazy. Bro, I want to go to China. Give me all the discounts. Then you gotta be married by 25. Otherwise, you're a leftover woman. You know that.
They didn't stop the war, though. It carried on. As Jingdong launches a third wave of assault, 500-gram lobsters for 16 yuan, only limited to 100,000 people every night. If you miss it tonight, there's one tomorrow. Now, in the meantime, clips of vendors absolutely flooding with orders began to trend all over social media. Now, this particular screenshot posted by a netizen consists of a chat log between a writer and the customer, where the writer claims there are so many orders, there is literally no hope for you to get your drink. And screenshots like this one also began to circulate, where a writer was forced.
Crazy. So many orders. Crazy. That you can't get your drink anymore. That's crazy.
To grab a random milk tea because the original order got lost in the chaos. Some shops were hit so hard by the surge of demand they literally had to close their shops early, running out of stock hours before closing time. Riders, on the other hand, were also benefiting short term, as one claimed to have made his weekly wage in the span of a couple hours. Now, I suppose on the economic side of the discussion, all companies involved received a massive hit to stock prices, driving values to
What did you expect was gonna happen? You were giving away shit for free. Like, no shit, Sherlock. That's not surprising. Wow. Okay.
to historical lows. Now, as of today, rumor has it that Pinduoduo, the group buying app, is also planning to enter the market, as the tech giants
Another one. What uniform they gonna wear? Pink?
suffer somewhat considerable losses. Either way, I'm still paying $30 on my Uber Eats, so we'll see how it plays out.
That was interesting. I would have never expected that. They are fighting each other, and there's a fourth faction. A fourth faction is gonna be joining the fight, potentially. But how could they ever get that far? Maybe that's brain didn't transfer over historical lows. True. It's crazy. That was wild. Okay, we got 3 factions trying to beat each other's ass in food delivery. We have the red ones that have like 5%. We have the yellow ones that have 65% as the leader, and we have the blue ones with 25%. And now there's a fourth one coming in. They're even setting up hot women. What more could you want? The ones that are really benefiting are the writers. The ones that are delivering straight up. Peak. Like and subscribe for the writers. Exactly, the writers.